Hey, 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 good morning. I got trees behind me instead of the she crab, so we're back at home. Don't worry, Dusty Dog is here. Picked up from the dog sitter. We're back in the woods. So we went from my favorite place, the beach, to my other favorite place, the trees. And I got burnt on the last day and my lip is not very happy. So I'm going to give people a few minutes to jump on and I'm going to get some juice in me and then I have a great story for you today. Okay, today's title is How a 7-minute kids cartoon makes me ugly cry every single time. And I even just wiped all the tears from my eyes because I had to watch it real quick again to remember my wording a little better. In tears. All right, first things first though, watch it on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, put me a comment in, even if it's just a teardrop. If you're watching anywhere else on social media, put a comment. Let me know you're there. Like when you watch live and I see the numbers in the corner, I want to see some people underneath saying, "Hey Cindy, I just dropped my kids off at school," or "Hey Cindy, I like sitting out in the forest too," or "Hey Cindy, I need to hear about this cartoon that makes you cry." All right, so some of you know we were at the beach, and in the morning after Ellie got dressed, she got to watch some Disney Junior, and we don't even get Disney Junior on at home because we have Disney Plus. No, this is not an ad for them, but if you like to sponsor me, Disney, go ahead. No, that's just a funny joke. So she was watching Disney Junior, and I forgot about TV programming. It was literally like 3 episodes of the same thing, 2 episodes of the other thing, and then it rotates for like the next 24 hours of the same thing. So it's funny, like we've been streaming before streaming was cool because that's all they play on the regular programming TV. So anyway, all right, so there's an episode of a show, and it's titled Granddad. So she was watching, she's like, "Mom, you haven't seen this before, watch this show." So I sat on the couch with her, and it's 7 minutes long. They're really short. They're aimed for like 7, 8-year-olds, but I think they're really aimed for parents. So I sat there and watched this whole show. And at the end of the show, Ellie's like, "What is the matter, Mommy?" And I am just crying and crying and crying. So bravo to the writers that wrote this episode because I'm in tears thinking about it again. So the premise of the thing is a relationship between a daughter and a dad. And she's dropping off her kids at Granddad's for the day. And Granddad, they're dogs, so Granddad has to rest because instead of, in a people world, they say he just had a heart attack and he's at home and his doctor says he needs a rest. Well, in the doggy world, he just got over heartworm, so he has to rest. Well, he's a feisty old former military doggy, and he was like, she pulls up to the house, and he's out like literally digging up tree stumps, and he's supposed to be resting. So she told her kids on the way there, "Hey, you're just going to Granddad's, but you can't do all your regular things," the mosquitoes landing on me, "because he has to rest." So then the whole thing goes through all the adventures that the kids do what they want to do because they think it's their choice. And the mom chases them through the whole entire episode, getting her dad to rest. And that. So it comes down to a scene at the very end where the daughter says to the dad that she really loves the place they're sitting. They're like sitting on a lake. He's like, "You used to love coming here." And she goes, "I love this place." And she goes, "But it's been a long time ago since I've been here." And the granddad her dad says, "I'm going to tear up again." "No, it was yesterday." Because we're all going through the story of, especially being a sandwich generation mom, that you were once a little kid and now you're grown up. And your parents also are locked in time when they were your parents raising you up. I have no idea why this is emotional, but somebody needs to hear this. So we're locked in two different times. Like, we still remember we're a little kid, and our parents remember raising us up, and you kind of get locked into that. Like, so they don't know when they go into getting older, they still remember themselves as your dad and your mom. And you remember them as your child. And that's exactly how it is. But that's where people's frustration comes in. The mom was trying to get the dad to slow down and rest like he was supposed to. And the dad didn't want to because he remembered himself as he was, not as an aging dog in this show. And the mom was seeing herself as a little kid. So I'm trying to remember what I need. She was talking to one of his friends, and she said he needs to start taking care of himself. And the guy goes, no, shouldn't it be his choice? And she said, no, I need him to take care of himself because I still need him. So see how that connects so deeply to me and anybody else that's in the place like that? Like, we need our people to take care of themselves because we still need them. We may be grown up, but we still need a mom and dad. Our mom and dad may be aging, but they still need to remember their little kids and all their memories at a lake or running around in the forest like they did in this show. So that was the whole premise, was I need you to take better care of yourself because I still need you. And that's the part that people do. I see all the time in groups of aging parents and other sandwich generation moms that they get so frustrated. And I was like, but you can't get frustrated because they still remember themselves as they were, not as they are now. So if you embrace where you think you used to be as their daughter, as opposed to their caregiver, and you go along with them remembering that they are who they used to be and not who they are now, then the frustration kind of goes away. You don't have to worry about it because you can acknowledge that they're just trying to be the person they used to be. Even though that's not necessarily their reality right now, it's exactly who they remember in their head. That, like, this granddad thought he was a nice young military guy still. And there's another scene, you guys have to watch it, I'm not going to ruin it all, where the granddaughter whispers in his ear, and he goes, I didn't hear any of that. And I think that's funny because that happens a lot with grandparents and grandpa and grandmas. The grandchildren whisper in their ears, and they're losing their hearing, but they don't want to acknowledge they're losing their hearing. So it's funny that he said, I didn't hear any of that, because that's not really the truth. They never acknowledged that they didn't hear it. But I thought it was so funny. I was like, he's like, I don't have any idea what you just said. But that's the thing with the aging process too. Just acknowledge it. Like, acknowledge if you don't see as good as you used to see. Acknowledge it if you don't hear. So that's my 2 cents for the day. I know this is going to resonate with every sandwich generation mom out there, any mom that's an older mom of younger children, that this is what they go through every day. I see it. I see what people go through, and you know why I see it? Because I lived it. So jump in our heart-centered advocacy group on Facebook, because you'll find a lot of other cool people in there that are in the same situation. And always remember that you remember yourself as a small child, and they remember themselves as a young, active adult. And as we got older, they got older, and you switch places. It's a subtle change where you switch places, and they don't realize that. So instead of fighting it, just embrace it. Like, just embrace that it's a subtle thing where you go from being their child to more of a caretaker role of them. And let them still be your parent. Because, as Chili the dog said, Chili the Blue Heeler said, need to take care of them because I still need them. And that's so true. They need to take care of themselves, and you need to take care of them for them because you still need them. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I will think of a happy story instead of one that just makes me shed all the ugly tears. I told you, as promised. 7-minute video. Makes me ugly cry every time. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.